up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we'll be reviewing Now You See Me. This one came out in 2013 and was directed by Louis Leterrier and stars Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson. Now before we start, don't forget that like button, subscribe, the post notification bell so you can get a free video. Let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So all the actors and actors in this film, I thought they're all fantastic. You have Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Morgan Freeman, Mark Ruffalo, Michael Caine, Dave Franco. Everyone in this film is very, very good. And Isla Fisher is very good as well. The opening sequence I thought was very fun. It is a very, very fun opening sequence. You have the four horsemen, and you have your first encounters with each of the individual four horsemen. And I think it works because it shows you the characters, it shows you who they are in basically 10 seconds each. And I thought it worked very, very well. The cinematography, which of course was shots, the cameras, the lighting, I thought it was good. It was really well done, especially during the magic sequences, which I'll get to later. But I thought the cinematography overall was very good. The first act of the film, I thought it was great. I thought they set up the characters very well. I liked each and every one of the characters in this film. Of course, they're played by actors and actresses that I really, really like. But the characters themselves, I really, really enjoyed all the characters in this film. The entire bank robbery sequence, which includes the four horsemen in the first act of the film, is fantastic. They're basically robbing people of their money, and it's awesome. It's awesome. They're basically magicians, but they're also sort of robbers at the same time. And you just see them doing all these magic tricks, but in reality, they're robbing people from of their money. And I thought it was very entertaining. And all the magic sequences and the robbery sequences are very unique and fun. I've never seen any sequences like this in a magic film. When there are not that many magic films that I've seen, but in terms of sort of, the sort of card tricks and the usual magic tricks, but they do a twist with these tricks. Of course, they're stealing people's money, but I thought it was very, very unique with how they did the magic tricks. The story, I thought it was a great story. It's basically just a magic heist film, very simple, but when you actually watch the film, it's very interesting how they do it and how they also do obviously do the magic and how they just trick people, taking their money, and I think it worked very, very well. The second act of the film, I thought it was very well done. It progresses the story in the right direction, and there's no dull moments in the second act. I found myself very, very entertained within the second act. There are also great reveals of how the four horsemen do their magic and complete their robbing. There's an explanation that they give in the film for that, and I really enjoyed that explanation. The four horsemen, like I stated, they're magicians, very, very good magicians, but in reality, they're basically just robbers. Then the magic show sequences, there are some great magic show sequences, especially one sequence with Art, who's played by Michael Caine, one of the best actors of all time. He's losing money from his bank account, and it's awesome. It's an awesome sequence. The four horsemen are just on stage, doing their it looks like they're doing their normal performance until they pull up a bank account, and it doesn't say whose it is, but they mentioned that this man was stealing money from all the people inside of that auditorium, and you just see the money going into everyone's account, and Michael Caine's account just keeps getting lower and lower, and it's awesome. The sequences that are supposed to be funny, I thought they were very funny. Merritt McKinney, the first meeting sequence with Merritt McKinney, who's played by Woody Harrelson, Daniel Atlas, played by Jesse Eisenberg, Jack Wilder, Dave Franco, and Henley Reeves, played by Isla Fisher. And the interrogation sequences with Dylan Rhodes, who obviously played by Mark Ruffalo, and the Four Horsemen, very, very funny. I really liked how the director implemented comedy into this film, because in a sort of magic film like this, you can have a lot of comedy without sort of undermining some things that happen in this film. There's also an emotional car crash death of Jack Wilder, played by Dave Franco. Of course, he doesn't die. I actually, when I first saw this, I thought he actually did die in that car crash, and I thought it was just going to be the three of them. But he doesn't die, and he ends up surviving, and I really, really enjoyed how they explain how he survives. Of course, it's magic, so that's basically the explanation that they give. The third act of the film, I thought it was very fun. I really, really enjoyed the third act of the film, where they're actually trying to sort of go against the villains, and they're trying to arrest the villains, who's of course played by Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine. And I really enjoyed how the whole third act was fun. It was a big third act, and it was very entertaining. The Four Horsemen, in the third act of the film. They lead the FBI in circles. It's a crazy sequence in the third act of the film. There's a huge safe filled with balloons instead of money. It sort of sounds and looks stupid and dumb, but when you see it and you actually understand that this is a magic film, it's very entertaining. There's also a final trick sequence, which I thought it was great. I thought it was a great final trick sequence. It's basically the four horsemen. They jump off a building and transform into cards and disappear. That is in the third act of the film. That is one of the most awesome sequences that I've ever seen in any magic film. It might be possibly one of my favorite, or at least one of my favorite sequences in any magic film. The score and the Four Horsemen by Brian Tyler, great score. Of course, he scored Scream, and I believe he scored Ready or Not. His score for this film is awesome. I really, really love the theme for the Four Horsemen. There's a sequence in the third act of the film where Thaddeus Bradley is played by Morgan Freeman. He finds the safe with the money and it's inside of a car, and then he gets arrested because they think that he stole the money. And it was a fantastic, fantastic sequence in the third act of the film. The ending sequence, I thought it was good. It's basically Thaddeus Bradley and Dylan Rhodes, their conversation, and Jack Wilder is revealed to be alive. Jack Wilder is played by Dave Franco. He's, of course, not dead. He is alive, and I like the reveal of how they knew that he was alive. And there's a final ending reveal that Dylan Rhodes is going to be one of the magicians. It's the carousel sequence and the ending sequence. I thought it was great. It was a fantastic way to transition to the next film. That's all the good that I have. Now to move on to the bad. So the ending, I feel like it continued past what was necessary. I feel like they could have cut some things out of that ending sequence. But other than that, I think this is a fantastic film. So Now You See Me is a fantastic magic film. It's easily one of the most unique heist films that I've ever seen, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going to give Now You See Me an A-. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know if I have a video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.